Hi, this is Miss Diorama. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how I made this book nook. And if you're interested in making one for yourself, this template will be available in SVG format for laser cutters. Just look for the link in the description. This video is sponsored by Arrtx. It's their acrylic markers that I use to colour this tiny little scene that I'm calling Winterville. I'll leave a link in the description to where you can get a set of the acrylic markers that I used for this project. Arrtx generously sent me 2 sets of their acrylic markers to try out. They sent me this set containing 12 metallic acrylic markers. The colour palette for these markers includes a gold, a silver and bronze, as well as a bunch of other metallics. The other set they sent me contains 36 liquid ink acrylic markers. Obviously, the colour palette includes 36 basic colours. These markers boast a better coverage with fewer pen marks. They're waterproof once dry. They have brush tips for varied applications and can be used on various surfaces, which is why I thought they'd be great for this plywood project. So without further ado, let's get this project started. First, all the parts were laser cut from 3mm thick plywood. The front consists of 2 layers and a sign. Inside the book nook, there is a multi-layered design made up of 7 different little scenes. This sunset will be at the back. These mountains are next. Some snowy peaks for the mountains, some more mountains. Snowy peaks for those mountains. This distant village scene comes next. Followed by a mid-ground scene of the village. That's followed by this foreground scene. And finally some trees at the front. With all the parts laid out like this, you can begin to make some sense of the scene that they represent. These are the 2 sides. These pieces are the base and the top. This is the back piece. This will be an internal shelf. The internal shelf will hold this drawer that's made up of a base, front, back and sides. Now on to painting. Before anything else, the parts need to be primed. The primer I've chosen to use is a product from Rust-Oleum. It's a flat white primer and paint in one, which is perfect for this job because it can be used on a variety of surfaces, including wood. I'm not going to bore you with the whole painting process, but here's the results. I'm hoping that priming the pieces will boost the final result I get from the Arrtx acrylic markers. For this project, I'm using this set of 36 liquid ink acrylic markers as well as this set of 12 metallic acrylic markers. To begin with, I'll be putting the metallics to the test. I'm using this blue colour to colour the edges of the design, so that when the front piece is covering it, the blue will stand out from behind. These metallic acrylic markers are water-based. They're bright as well as opaque, and the claim is they have an excellent effect on non-absorbent surfaces. Even though the surface of plywood is semi-absorbent, I'm really happy with this result. I'm colouring the other areas in the same way wherever the colour will show through. This inner cut surface is also coloured. The Winterville sign is going to have a metallic blue background with white writing. The edges of the sign are also white. Now the writing can be permanently attached to the sign. And the sign can be glued in place. That completes the front. Now it's on to the Winterville scene. Heads up, for the next little while I'm going to be colouring the village scene. If you'd prefer not to watch that, then you can skip forward to the Assembly tab. And I'm just going to leave you in peace while I colour. Well, that's the colouring finished, so hopefully I've managed to keep you interested. Now the Winterville Book Nook can finally be assembled. The snowy peaks are glued onto the mountains. To assemble the Book Nook, the first step is to glue the base to one of the sides. Next, layers 1 through 7 are glued into place. Now for some lights. I've decided to use a string of USB powered LED lights. Of course, you could always use a string of battery powered lights instead of these. I just don't like the idea of constantly having to change batteries. Now that I have some lights organised, I'll get back to assembling the Book Nook. With the scenery in place, the other side can be attached, but I'm not gluing it in place just yet. First, the drawer gets assembled. Then the shelf that will hold the drawer can be attached between the two sides. This is where you can hide the battery pack if you're using battery-powered lights. Once your lights are in place, the back and the top pieces can be attached. And finally, the front can be attached. That completes this Winterville Book Nook. Stick around for a little longer to see the result. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. A big thank you to all of my viewers and subscribers. I really appreciate your support. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel and be sure to turn on notifications so you don't miss out on upcoming videos. Thanks for watching. See you next time.